What's up, gamers? I hope you're having a good day or night no matter where you are. Welcome to the RPG channel where you are always good enough. I'm VidelSports. In this video, I wanted to talk about my hopeful possibilities for the Summer Game Fest 2023. The Summer Game Fest of 2022 was very good by announcing titles such as Xenoblade Chronicles 3, The Dealfield Chronicle, and Valkyrie Elysium, and some other good gems. Summer Game Fest 2022 was a feel-good moment for RPG games, and I hope that continues. Summer Game Fest of 2023 will be starting June 8th, 3 p.m. Eastern and 12 p.m. Pacific times. The Summer Game Fest Twitter account announced that there will be 40-plus video game partners that will be involved in this year's show. Big names too: Xbox, Ubisoft, Bandai Namco, Square Enix, Amazon Games, Electronic Arts, Sega, Nexion, Capcom, just to name a few. I'm excited, gamers. There's a good chance that there will be some RPGs announced and some sports games, two of my favorite genres of video games. Here are some hopeful predictions for me that I think is going to come. I have to stress that I am not affiliated with any company, nor have I gotten any inside information. These are just my predictions. Number 1, Square Enix. Square will add more trailers and gameplay for the upcoming Final Fantasy XVI releasing June 22nd, 2023 on PS5. Now, why get in the way or take too much attention away from your flagship title? So I believe Square will partner with some studios and release some not as known AAA titles. But the only other big thing I think that they would announce besides Final Fantasy XVI is Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, or a remake of one of their other games in the Final Fantasy line. There is an 80% chance that I'm getting Square Enix and Sega products, Lord willing, so Square is in good standing with me. Hype up Final Fantasy XVI, throw some other titles that you've been working on, announce Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, and you can call it a day. You would have satisfied most of your fans, including me. Number 2, Ubisoft. I think the focus here for them is the Assassin's Creed brand. Mirage will probably be announced first for the Assassin's Creed fans that crave the original type of Assassin's Creed that wasn't focused on RPG elements. For me, it's all RPG. So I would rather be looking for, or I should say I would be looking for Assassin's Creed Red, Assassin's Creed Emerald, and I hope they would change Emerald to a console release and not just mobile, and also Division Heartlands. Ubisoft already announced a new season coming for the Division 2 around June 5th or 6th, if I'm not mistaken, so I believe that will be it for them. There might be some games that I'm not familiar with by Ubisoft that they will announce, but for me, that is all I will be looking for. Number 3, Sega. I'm a fan of Sega. I have been a fan of Sega since I was a kid, so I'm hoping for big things from them. To me, you have to go with Like a Dragon 8 or Like a Dragon Gaiden, or something from the former Yakuza brand. Like a Dragon games are some of the most compelling action RPG games or turn-based games that there is. Any announcement of progress on any of these games, and Sega will have done their job. And that's just from one studio, RGG Studios. Some games I would like to see from Sega are a new Virtual Fighter completely remade from the ground up, a new Shining Resonance action RPG, a new Virtual Cop, and for Sega Sports to get back into gaming. For those that don't know, they were 2K before they sold the sports studio to Take-Two Interactive. Classic games. Number 4, Namco Bandai. I'll put you there. If I'm Namco, you are going to announce a date for Blue Protocol. Namco Bandai partnered with Amazon Games to make Blue Protocol. Both companies announced that they are in the show, so that would make sense. Also, a developer diary is coming up before the show, so I think they announced a date for the global release of Blue Protocol. Namco also has to focus on Tekken 8. They already announced some characters already, so at the Summer Game Fest 2023, I believe there will be more trailers and some surprise characters announced. Another huge announcement from Namco Bandai is another Tales series game, or a remake of some of their older Tales series games. Namco Bandai can just keep doing what they're doing, and I will be happy. Give me a Blue Protocol release date, give me some Tales remakes or a new Tales game, and I will be excited. A wish list hope for me would be a Naruto turn-based RPG. That would be huge. Number 5, Hoyoverse. I believe they announced the console release of Honkai Star Rail finally. The game already had 20 plus million downloads on mobile, plus the downloads from the PC players in the first week. I believe as well that they don't want to miss out on the console players with their big events. Honkai Star Rail uses the geisha system, and just like Genshin Impact. So they're going to want to get as many players into the game as soon as possible, so they will not miss their season passes and events. More money, basically. What I hope from Hoyoverse is Zenless Zone Zero as a console release as well. Number 6, Xbox. Xbox is going to promote Starfield, a first-person shooter RPG. Sorry, I'm not a fan of any first-person games at all, but I think Starfield will do well for Xbox. I hope it does too. Also, I think they announced some more titles for Xbox Game Pass, which is a good service to me. I really enjoyed my Game Pass myself. Having some day one titles, release titles, make Game Pass even more valuable to me. They might announce something with the newly acquired Activision studio. The sale finally went through in the United Kingdom. At least that's the news I'm hearing over here in the United States. Let me know if I'm wrong, gamers. What I hope happens for Xbox, though, is more first-party RPG titles. They need them really bad, in my opinion. Nintendo and Sony either have good first-party RPGs or good relationships with third-party developers and their RPG games. Sometimes that time-exclusive release window is the difference of buying a certain console or not. Now, I'm not a super fan of any system. I'm blessed to have all three, and I enjoy them all. I'm just talking as a consumer. RPGs are one of the main driving forces for me of purchasing a system. So I'm saying this looking through the eyes of a consumer that might think like me. RPGs are those games that are in it for the long haul. When you're done playing sports, shooters, or co-op games with your friends and family, you can always go back to the RPGs. That will fill out the rest of your gaming time when you're not playing with others. That's why, in my opinion, it's important for Xbox to get more first-party RPG titles established. The more the variety, the better. Now, here are some wish list games from the companies that are here, in the show, and that I would like for them to come out. So these are my wish lists. Number 1, Godfall 2. Gearbox is in the lineup of companies, so I hope they try Godfall again. That game was fun. If they include random matchmaking from the beginning, it would be more of a success. Because when it first came out, you can only play with your friends that you already have, and they would have to have, they would have to have the game. And Godfall was one of those launch titles with the PS5, so, not many people got a PS5 around that time because it was hard to get. And even if you did have a PS5, sometimes Godfall might not have been the game that you immediately picked up. So for the ones that did, it kind of sucks because you didn't have your friends list. So make random matchmaking from the beginning so you can play with a friend throughout the story mode, and I think it will be a huge success. Number 2, a Mortal Kombat RPG. Another 3D Mortal Kombat like Deadly Alliance, something like that. Those games would be dope. Warner Brothers is also here at the Summer Games Fest. Number 3, NFL 2K and NCAA 2K. These are my wish list games so far. Announcements of games that are in development that I hope for a release date while in the Summer Game Fest of 2023. Here's what I hope for. The first Ascendant. Nexion Games is in the show. Number 2, Wayfinder. The beta is scheduled for May 24th. So I hope Airship Syndicate announces early access and a release date for Wayfinder. Number 3, I already mentioned this, but Honkai Star Rail and Zenless Zone Zero. I spoke on these titles again earlier in the video, but I have to add it here as well because I hope I get a release date. And number 4, Honor of Kings World console announcement. I could go on, but I already made this video long, so I don't want to overdo it. What are some of your wish list, gamers? What do you hope that is announced at the Summer Games Fest this year? I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments. Thanks for hanging with me throughout this video. I appreciate you watching. Remember to pray, pick up a controller, because it's always a great day to press start.